Anytime, any day. Why not right now? Stop looking up to your boss and start being your own boss. Don't work for paychecks. Work for dreams with no regrets. This is Cracking the Entrepreneur Code. If you have the passion, we'll create the blueprint. Now, your host. You know him from his 7 tips to build the business you always wanted, and now you're about to hear a lot more. Jack H.M. Wong.
Welcome to the other episode of Cracking the Entrepreneur Code podcast. I'm your host, Jack Wong. I'm so thankful that I've spent the last 3 episodes talking about responsibility because I truly believe one thing. The top secret of being a successful entrepreneur is to be responsible. Yes, there are other important principles, but this principle of being responsible, taking 100% responsibility is by far the most important one. So it's worth actually spending a lot of time dealing with this issue. And of course, I look forward to having more conversation with some of you who give me the feedback constantly, and I thank you for that. And I thank you for giving me feedback so that I can improve and I can also incorporate some of these discussions in future episodes. It's just like this episode is actually a reflection of one thing that I've just done in Bangkok, Thailand. 2 weeks ago, I went to Bangkok, Thailand because I was invited by event producer. It's a very big event producer and they have a room of 1,000 people. And they asked me to speak for 30 minutes about my marketing, how I market my business in front of the audiences. So I said, okay, so this is what I did. And at the same time, the event producer arranged for one company to interview the speakers. So it was actually an official interview, so to speak. And the truth is that we all have been told these are the questions we need to go through, and therefore the interview is all planned. I mean, if you know the truth, some of you know the trick actually. When we do interview, we were the one actually giving the questions and we have already gotten the answer. It is actually for the interviewers go through the question, having a dialogue with us. It is like I am dialoguing with myself. If you know the truth of interview, that's the case. Having said that, when the interview is done, I was walking around and I was having my coffee. And at this point, something happened. Why? Because the host happened to stay idle because at that point in time, he was free. So I just find out from him, what he did and how did he start being an interviewer and what triggers him to do what he's doing right now. So he shared with me a bit of his background and some of the joyful moments of when he's like dealing with people. He was very happy. He felt very enlightened to connect people. I said, oh gee, that's good. Is that something you like or not? Is it something that you truly in love of doing or not? And I don't know why I suddenly have this word PASSION, passion through, in front of my face. I say, wow, it's just a casual chat, but somehow it turns into a coaching session, which is totally unanticipated. And I said, okay, so let's talk about this passion because most people actually thought that passion is something to look out for, something that they need to chase, something they need to find before they can move on to do something. Whereas in my book, I said, well, I've got a formula called Ultimate Passion Discovery Formula. And if you do not know what I'm talking about, if you go back to the previous episodes, I'm sure you'll be able to find this particular episode that I spent 10 minutes going through the Ultimate Passion Discovery Formula. Okay, so go back to the episode to understand what it is. Okay, to cut the long story short, what happened was that I said passion is something that you can find within. And at that point, the interviewer has a moment of epiphany. So what is epiphany? A moment of aha. He didn't realize that what he has been doing can be considered passion. I think, yeah, exactly, because passion is something you have within. If you can uncover it, that's something that you truly enough doing, and you'll be doing it, continue. I was like talking. At that moment, I have an epiphany for myself too, because I didn't use this way of explaining passion in the past. I keep talking about ultimate passion discovery formula, but now I found a better way to explain. So I want to use this episode to really go through this new insight. And for the first time in my life, I know something, but I don't know enough. And therefore, I constantly learn, improve myself, and now I have a new way or refined version of talking about passion. So are you ready for this? Okay, if you're ready, I want you to stand up. If you're listening while you're sitting, I want you to stand up, because I want you to focus on yourself at this point. I want you to stand up firmly. I want you to look in front. So I want you to picture or visualize or imagine a timeline. So where you are standing right now, consider this as the point of present. Okay? So that is a present moment. When you are facing forward, so you're looking into looking into the future. So now you turn your neck, your head, not your body totally, but you turn your head and the neck 170. I don't think you can do 180 degrees. So about 160, 170 degrees. And what is happening is that you'll be looking back. Okay, so just come back to this point. You're looking forward by you're standing at the present, looking into the future, and when you turn back, you are looking to the past. So you have identified 3 points: the past, the passion, the present, and future. Once again, the past, the present, and future. So this is what's my new way of explaining passion. So while you are standing at the present moment, if you are looking into the future and if you are asking questions, so what is my passion? What are some of the things I'm passionate about? And guess what happened? You are asking a wrong question. Why? Because you're asking from a present to the future perspective. Because the moment you ask this question, what happened to you? You are still standing at the present moment until you found some trigger that helps you move. But the thing is that most people, because they couldn't find the passion, they couldn't take action, make them move and start a business. And that's why so many people got stuck at the present point, because they asked the wrong question. So what we invite you to think about or to feel about right now is that something that you truly enjoy doing? You see that I'm not asking you what's your passion, but I just want you to step back and look behind and see what you have to see, feel what you have to feel, and perhaps you can hear what you have to hear. Is that something that you truly enjoy doing it in the past? So I will invite you to look from the present to back by slightly turning your neck, your head to 160 degrees and looking back. And you need to see, hear, and feel something, because now the question is, okay, I have found something that I enjoy. I have found something I truly enjoy because I could see what I had to see, feel what I have to feel, and hear the sound of somebody's voice, or maybe my voice that I have to hear. So now you ask yourself this question: would you be willing, unconditionally, doing what you enjoy doing in the past, in the future? So you're actually bringing the sound, the feeling, the picture from the past to the future, because now you have your subconscious mind has registered an experience that you enjoy. And the truth is, human nature is, if I enjoy doing something, it will trigger my body, my mind to move forward, because now you've found some drivers or fuels to help you take a step forward. Okay, so as you continue doing this step and taking another step and taking another step, be willing unconditionally and truly immersing and enjoying doing this. So stop stay there, be there, and stay right there. Now, I ask you to turn your body, whole body, from the present to the back. So you basically make a 180 degrees move. So now, when you see from the present to the past, knowing what you have been enjoying doing it, isn't it your passion? That's the epiphany that I found. Why? Because passion, other than saying that it is something that is within, is actually the dots that are connecting from the present to the past. Like Steve Jobs in one university's convocation speech said, let the dots connect on their own. They will not be connected from the future. They will only be connected by looking past. So passion is something similar. If you enjoy doing what you have been doing by looking back from the present, this is actually your passion. And that's another way, and in fact to me this is actually a more powerful way of explaining passion. Looking from the present to the past to uncover or discover things that you truly enjoy doing, and that's called your passion. I hope that you enjoy this new way of me explaining passion, not something that I look from the present to the future, but allow the dots to be connected. If you do not get what I say for the first time, I would like to invite you to rewind this episode and listen to this episode, the process, a few times. I hope that you will get it, because I truly got it after I've done it myself. When I'm doing the recording, I'm actually making my body move like as if I'm commanding my body to do the same thing. So I'm using my body to associate with me when I'm actually giving you the instruction. So I truly understand. I hope you do. If not, rewind the episode and listen again. Okay, so that's all for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. If you have friends, your circles of influence, who you believe that this episode will be useful to them, will add values to them, let them know and ask them to subscribe to my podcast show. Until we next meet, be relentless and look from the present to the past and know that this is your passion. You have this within. See you there. See you next time. Jack Wong here. I'm signing off. Bye.
To continue cracking the entrepreneur code, subscribe for more episodes and download the Amazon bestseller, Cracking the Entrepreneur Code, 7 Tips to Build the Business You Always Wanted at crackingentrepreneur.com. Learn more about author and host Jack H.M. Wong and book your 30-minute discovery session to overcome any professional challenge at jackhmwong.com/apply.